I discovered my girlfriend had been using my credit card to pay for her sister's wedding without asking. I called the credit card company and disputed all charges. Her sister's wedding was canceled when all the vendors demanded cash, and she had to move back in with her parents. I, Andrew, 29, male, never thought I'd be writing one of these, but here we are. 6 months ago, I thought I had it all figured out. Good job, nice apartment, and what I thought was a solid relationship with Ashley, 27. We'd been together for 3 years, living together for 1. The first red flag I missed. She always insisted on handling our joint expenses. She had a remote marketing job, so she was always home to manage bills and deliveries. She said she was better with money. I'm an idiot, I know. I'd glance at the credit card's bottom line each month, see it was what I expected, and pay it. I never realized that her contribution to our bills was often her just paying me back using my own card for small transactions I'd never notice. It started when I got a fraud alert for a $3,200 charge at Blooming Elegance events. I didn't recognize it, so I called to dispute it. The rep said it was processed with my physical card at their location. That's when my stomach dropped. I checked my statements. Really checked them. Not just the balance, but every single line item. Holy crap. $2,100 Serenity Bridal Boutique, $3,200 Blooming Elegance Events, $1,850 Chateau Vineyard Catering, $800 Divine Photography LLC, $1,200 Paper and Lace Invitations, and about 15 other charges. All wedding vendors, all in the last 4 months. Total damage, just over $18,000. Ashley's sister, Emily, 24, was getting married in 6 weeks. I'd heard them planning, sure, but Ashley always said Emily's fiancé's family was loaded and paying for everything. I didn't confront Ashley immediately. Instead, I did what any rational person would do. I installed a camera facing my home office desk where I kept my wallet. 2 days later, I had footage of her taking my card at 6 a.m. while I was in the shower. The confrontation went exactly how you'd expect. Me, why is there $18,000 in wedding charges on my credit card? Her long pause. I can explain. Please do. Emily's wedding was falling apart. Mark's family pulled funding after that thing with his mom. What thing with his mom? It doesn't matter. Emily needed help. She needed help, so you stole my credit card? I didn't steal it. I was going to tell you. After the wedding, you wouldn't have understood. You don't have siblings. That's her go-to manipulation. I'm an only child, so I can't understand family bonds. She actually said I was being selfish for caring more about money than her sister's happiness. When I showed her the camera footage, she called me a psycho for spying in my own home. I gave her 48 hours to move out. She cried. She begged. She said Emily would be devastated. Then she got mean. She said I was financially abusing her by kicking her out with nowhere to go. You can go to Emily's, I said. I'm sure she has room with all that money she saved on wedding planning. Here's where I maybe went too far. You be the judge. I called my credit card company and disputed every single wedding charge as fraud, which technically it was. They immediately issued provisional credits and launched a formal investigation, telling me it could take 60 to 90 days to resolve. They canceled my card. Then, my lawyer advised me to personally contact the biggest vendors, the venue and caterer, to inform them that the payments were fraudulent and subject to a chargeback investigation. I needed to create a paper trail showing I acted immediately. That's what lit the fuse. Ashley moved in with her parents. She texted me approximately 47 times the first night, ranging from, "Please, baby, I'm sorry," to "You're ruining my life," to "Emily's going to hate me forever." 2 weeks passed. The vendors, having been notified by me that the funds were likely to be clawed back, started panicking. The venue didn't wait for the bank. They called Emily and demanded the full amount in cash or certified check within 72 hours, or they'd release her date. The other vendors followed suit. I need to back up and explain the thing with Mark's mom because it matters. Emily showed up at my door looking like she hadn't slept in days. I almost didn't let her in, but she wasn't yelling or anything, just defeated. "I know what Ashley did was wrong," she started. "But do you know why?" Turns out, Mark's mom, Sandra, is one of those nobody's good enough for my baby boy types. She'd been sabotaging the wedding from day one. The final straw. She accused Emily of being a gold digger at the engagement party in front of everyone. She said Emily was just like her trashy sister. Emily threw a drink in Sandra's face. Mark didn't defend her. His family cut off wedding funding the next day. Ashley saw how broken I was, Emily said. I couldn't afford anything. I was going to cancel everything. She said she'd handle it. With my money, I reminded her. I didn't know. She said she got a loan. I asked her 3 times if she was sure, and she said it was fine. I even offered to pay her back with interest. Here's the kicker. Emily showed me screenshots. She'd been sending Ashley $500 a month to pay back the loan. Ashley had been pocketing it for 4 months. Where's that money now? I asked. Emily just shook her head. She said she was putting it toward the loan. I asked her how a loan that big only needed $500 a month. She said she was making the main payments herself as a gift, and my part was just to help with the interest. I felt bad for Emily. I really did. But I still wasn't paying for her wedding. She understood, actually apologized for her sister, and left. That night, all hell broke loose. The wedding was in 4 weeks, and with vendors demanding full payment, everything collapsed. Ashley called me screaming, not crying, screaming. She said I was destroying her family. Her mom called next, then her dad. I blocked them all, but Emily sent one last text before I blocked her. 2. The wedding is off. Mark's blaming me for everything. We're done. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. 2 days later, I got a court summons. Ashley was suing me for unlawful eviction and intentional infliction of emotional distress. She wanted $18,000 in damages. Exactly what she stole. I hired a lawyer. I showed him everything, bank statements, camera footage, the fraud reports. He actually laughed. Ashley criminally stole from you and is suing you. Okay. He advised a strategy. Let's countersue in civil court for theft, fraud, and legal fees. We'll win. Getting your money back is priority 1. Once we have a civil judgment against her, we can take the entire evidence package to the district attorney. A criminal case takes longer, but a civil win will strengthen it. We countersued. The court date was set for 6 months down the line. Meanwhile, Ashley started a social media campaign, posting everywhere that I was a financial abuser who trapped her with nowhere to go. She said I was controlling and monitored all her spending. Some mutual friends actually believed her. Then she made a mistake. She posted screenshots of abusive texts from me, except she edited them badly. I had the originals. My lawyer added defamation to our countersuit. Her family went nuclear. Her dad showed up at my work. Security escorted him out, but not before he told my entire office I was the bastard who ruined his daughter's life. HR had to get involved. It was mortifying. But the worst part, Emily reached out one more time. Mark hadn't just broken up with her. He'd been cheating with his mom's friend's daughter for months. The whole gold digger accusation was projection. He wanted out but needed Emily to be the bad guy. I lost everything, she wrote. My fiancé, my wedding, my dignity, and my sister still won't admit what she did. She says you're lying about the fraud. Mom and Dad believe her. The hearing, nearly 8 months after that first fraud alert, was yesterday. I need to process what happened. Ashley showed up in a conservative dress I'd never seen before, looking like she was auditioning for a church choir. Her lawyer argued I had given her implied permission to use my card for household expenses and that wedding planning for family counted. My lawyer destroyed that argument in about 30 seconds. Does implied permission include taking the card while my client is in the shower? Does it include hiding purchases for 4 months? Does it include telling the beneficiary it was a loan while pocketing their payments? Then came the evidence. Bank statements, camera footage, screenshots of Emily's payments to Ashley, the edited texts versus the originals. Ashley's face kept getting paler. But here's what nobody expected. Emily showed up as a witness. From my side, she testified that Ashley told her repeatedly it was a loan, that she'd been making payments, that she never knew it was my money. She brought receipts. Bank transfers showing $2,000 paid to Ashley over 4 months. Marked, wedding loan payment. Ashley's lawyer tried to argue Emily was biased because the wedding was canceled. Emily snapped. Biased? My sister stole from the man she claimed to love, told me it was a loan, took my payments, and let me believe I was doing the right thing. When everything crashed down, she watched my relationship end and said nothing. She's still lying right now in court under oath. So yes, I'm biased. I'm biased toward the truth. The judge ruled in my favor on all counts. Dismissed Ashley's claims with prejudice. Ordered her to pay restitution for the stolen amount plus my legal fees. About $23,000 total. But Ashley can't pay. We found out during discovery she'd been unemployed for 7 months. Another thing she'd hidden from me. The judgment is essentially worthless. Her parents had to leave the courtroom when the verdict was read. Her mom was crying. Her dad looked like he aged 10 years. Emily just sat there, stone-faced. Outside court, Ashley tried to approach me. I hope you're happy. You've destroyed my entire family. No, Emily said before I could respond. You did that yourself. Last night, I got a text from an unknown number. It was Ashley's mom. A long, rambling message about how I should have handled this as a family and how they're now struggling to support Ashley because she has trauma from our relationship. Apparently, she's been telling everyone I was emotionally abusive our entire relationship, that the theft was a cry for help. Some of our mutual friends believe her. I've been uninvited from a wedding next month. My buddy Steven says the friend group is split on who to believe. Even with a literal court judgment, some people think there must be more to the story. I'm exhausted. I won the legal battle but feel like I lost something else. I don't trust anyone anymore. I check my credit report obsessively. I've got cameras in my apartment that I check constantly. Emily messaged me one last time. I'm sorry for everything. Mark married that other girl last weekend. Turns out they'd been planning it for months. His mom paid for everything. The exact same venue we'd booked. I'm moving to Colorado for a fresh start. Take care of yourself. Ashley still posts on social media about surviving financial abuse. She started a GoFundMe for legal fees and trauma therapy that's raised $400. She lists herself as a survivor in her bio now. I just wanted my money back and my life back. Somehow I got neither, but hey, at least I have a really expensive piece of paper saying I was right. I thought I was done updating, but something happened this week that I need to share. Remember how I mentioned Ashley was unemployed? Turns out that was just the tip of the iceberg. Her former best friend, Donna, reached out. She'd seen Ashley's GoFundMe and was furious. Turns out Donna lent Ashley $3,000 last year for a medical emergency. There was no emergency. Donna found out when she saw Ashley posting vacation photos from Cabo the same week she was supposedly recovering from surgery. But that's not why Donna contacted me. She wanted to know if I'd gotten any strange charges from a company called Digital Marketing Solutions, LLC. I had 3 charges, about $400 each, over the last few months we were together. I'd assumed it was a software subscription for her remote job since she handled our streaming services and stuff. I didn't question it. That's Ashley's company, Donna explained. She registered it last year. She's been charging people for consulting services she never provides. I pulled up the LLC registration. Sure enough, registered to Ashley with her parents' address as the business address. The registration date? 2 weeks after she moved in with me. Here's where it gets worse. Donna had done some digging. At least 6 other people had been charged by this company. All boyfriends or close friends of Ashley's over the years. Small amounts, $200 here, $400 there. Never enough for people to really investigate. Total, about $15,000 over 2 years. We compared notes. The charges always started after Ashley had access to someone's cards. Always explained away as something legitimate. Always stopped when the relationship ended. My lawyer was floored. He said with this pattern of fraud, it was time to approach the DA. But Donna wasn't done. She'd created a Facebook group for Digital Marketing Solutions LLC victims. 8 people joined in the first day. The stories were eerily similar. One guy, Paul, shared his story. He dated Ashley 5 years ago. She'd used his credit card to buy $2,000 worth of inventory for her online boutique. There was no boutique. When he confronted her, she threatened to tell his conservative family he'd gotten her pregnant and forced her to have an abortion. Total lie. But he paid her $1,000 to go away quietly. The group now has 12 members. The total stolen that we can document, over $30,000. Her parents found the Facebook group. Her dad called me from a different number, begging me to take it down. He said they're considering selling their house to pay Ashley's legal debts and make things right. He admitted they've been enabling her for years, always believing her stories, always bailing her out. She's sick, he said. She needs help, not public humiliation. She needs to face consequences. I told him. We know, he said quietly. We found some of your things in the garage. She'd packed them in boxes and told us you asked her to store them. The watch your grandfather left you, your signed baseball. We'll return everything. That hit different. When she moved in, she'd helped me organize my office and packed away some valuables for safekeeping. I just assumed they were in a storage bin in the closet. I never thought to check. She'd stolen trophies. Emily saw the Facebook group. She added her own story about how Ashley had isolated her from friends and fabricated proof that Mark was cheating to push her into a codependent state. She didn't just steal money, Emily wrote. She stole my ability to trust my own judgment. Yesterday, someone new joined the group. A woman named Dorothy, who works at a nonprofit where Ashley had volunteered. Apparently, $5,000 in donations went missing during Ashley's time there. They couldn't prove it was her, but she left suddenly when they started an audit. The district attorney's office has reached out to my lawyer. With multiple victims showing a pattern over years, they're considering opening a criminal investigation for wire fraud and theft by deception. Ashley's GoFundMe got taken down. Her social media went dark 2 days ago. Donna heard through mutual friends that Ashley checked herself into a psychiatric facility. Her parents are telling people she had a breakdown from cyberbullying. I got my grandfather's watch back yesterday. It was in a pawn shop. Her dad had to buy it back for $400. The baseball is gone. Probably sold online. I wish I felt vindicated. I don't. I feel tired and stupid. How did I not see this for 3 years? How many red flags did I explain away? My therapist says con artists are good at what they do because they prey on trust and love. That victims aren't stupid, they're human. It helps a little. The Facebook group is planning to meet in person next week. Not sure if I'll go. Part of me wants to move on. Part of me needs to hear their stories to know I wasn't alone in being fooled. Ashley's mom sent one last message. I hope you can forgive her someday. She's getting help now. I didn't respond. Forgiveness isn't mine to give anymore. It belongs to everyone she hurt. I'm moving next month. Fresh start. No forwarding address. No mutual friends, no social media for a while. But I'm keeping the cameras. Trust is nice, but verification is better. And I check my credit report every week. Some lessons you only need to learn once.